I feel like everyone has this light, and I just don't think you should have this light. Hey everyone, welcome to my series, Make My Space Work, the show where we gift hardworking entrepreneurs with a complete office makeover. I'm Alexandra, your host and decor expert, and this series is brought to you by Shopify, the complete commerce platform to start, grow, and manage your business. Today, I'm helping David make over his living room / workspace. David's an interesting guy. He is a surgical resident, so he's gonna be a surgeon. He's a proud cat dad of 2, just like I'm a proud cat mom. And he loves techno music. He's actually such a fan of techno music that he started his own small business called Techno Apparel, where he makes clothes for techno music fans. David has an interesting space. His living room and workspace and kitchen are on like a lower level. The main issue in this space is that it is crowded. He's got a desk, a big bookshelf, 2 sofas, a TV. It's like all happening. David really wants a space to entertain, a space to work, a space that reflects him and his personality. Before we get started, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell so you don't miss any other episodes just like this one.
Okay, this, like...
I'm trying, I'm so much taller than you. Hi, my name is David. This is my partner, Kennedy. I'm a general surgery resident in Toronto. I also have a business. It's called Techno Apparel, and it's a lifestyle clothing brand for techno music lovers. My current workspace is not very functional. It's combined with my living room, so there's not real separation between my workspace and my living space.
We eat here, we entertain here. This space isn't working, for me at least. Both of us.
Alexandra, please help make this space work.
David's problem is one we've run into before. He has a space that kind of has to do it all. It has to entertain, he has to work in it, and he has to relax and lounge. I think that there's actually a lot of space, but nothing is flowing properly. He literally has a printer like beside his TV and his desk all the way on the other side of the room. And I'm guessing, like David, so many of you at home watching do this too. You put your furniture up against a wall. So you kind of have this like empty space in the middle and everything's just like pressed up against the wall. I'm gonna show you by just like moving your furniture around, pivoting a few things, you can make such a difference in the flow and like vibe of your space. My focus for David is really creating that separation. I want him to have a place where he can entertain, lounge, and work all in one. I'm back in the space. It's finally makeover day and so many things have happened. So we got this entire room painted this bright white. Chico and I have removed the bookshelf that was here right when you walked in because I'm bringing in a new shelf. I picked this like sagey green gray for an accent wall. This stuff is all being donated, so I'm going to bring this outside and then we can start bringing in the decor. I feel like everyone has this light, and I just don't think you should have this light. So because this space is all open, I wanted to have a really great accent wall. The TV is actually gonna be mounted on this wall with nothing else, like no other art. So the paint kind of acts as like an art stand-in. It's like cool, sophisticated, but also neutral. So David really wanted to invest in a new sofa, so I helped him pick one out, something in a leather that was warm, but again, like brought in that kind of industrial feel to the space. And I'm placing it in front of the TV against the wall, and this is gonna create a really good divide between his living space and his workspace. And it gives lots of room back here for them to walk into the kitchen, walk into the living room, and it doesn't feel closed off, but it still creates that visual divide between spaces. So now that I've got the sofa placement, I'm going to put down this beautiful rug that I got for the space. But I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to move the sofa because this rug is gonna look weird if it's not centered. So let's put the rug down, then reconfigure the sofa. I should have really done the rug first, but you live and you learn. This actually fits perfectly, and I don't think it needs to be centered in the room. I think it needs to be centered with the sofa, which it is. It looks great. Some of David's furniture I got rid of, but then other pieces like this coffee table were in perfectly great condition. I love how a piece like this kind of breathes new life once you bring like other accessories in. It kind of looks like a new piece that has always belonged in this room. So I know that not centering the sofa to the TV is going to be controversial down in the comments. You guys, I'm ready for it, but hear me out. David needs space to walk into the kitchen, walk to this side of the room, and if you move it any more in the center of the room, it totally closes off the flow and walking space. Plus, I'm gonna be adding a little bar kitchenette area here, so there needs to be space for him to entertain when he has people over. So being in the space right now, this feels the best. So now that this is done, we are going to tackle this TV wall. David has a pretty epic sound system. It makes sense, he loves music. And so there's a lot of cords. And I know that he's not the only one that struggles with this. I struggle with it too. When you have tons of cords, it just instantly makes your space look cluttered and messy. If you don't have a Chico in your life, we all need a Chico, but if you don't have a Chico in your life, if you aren't able to like feed your cords behind the wall like David has, go for some cord covers. They are going to be such a game changer for you. Now that the TV's mounted, I'm gonna move the cabinet back, place the speakers, and cover this little tiny section of cords with a plant. Now it's time to change the light. You guys know I love a good light switcheroo. This new light is still a ceiling light because the ceilings are quite low, but you would be surprised. You could find some amazing ceiling sconces that look industrial like this one, like a statement piece. And I feel like a lot of people just always think you have to go for like a boob light. You don't. There's so many beautiful ones on the market. What a step up from the boob light that was here before. It was like an interesting boob light. It was not your standard boob light, but this one is just way better. If you're gonna switch out your ceiling light, I would suggest finding something with a bit of dimension. This one has lots of industrial vibes, it has the metals, but then it also has a bit of warmth with that gold color. So to fill this space behind the couch, I'm adding this beautiful industrial style bookshelf. This piece is so beautiful and brings in so much of that character that I feel was missing from this living room. It's stunning. I love it. I want one in my home. You have the industrial inspired pipes and then this really warm wood. So again, bringing in that warmth with the dark wood. And then I'm propping it with all of his books and a few trinkets layered in. I love open shelving because I think it is such a good opportunity to marry function with decor and really like show your personality through your shelf. I feel like when you look at my bookshelf, you can kind of get a sense of who I am. Colorful books, candles, photos of me and my friends. That's exactly what I want to do for David's shelf as well. Now that I'm seeing these books on the shelf, I'm realizing that David actually purged so much from that bookshelf, and now he has books that like he actually loves and that he uses every day. And I think it's a really good representation of who he is. There's like Grey's Anatomy for students, Atlas of Surgical Operations. It just looks like it really reflects him and his personality, which is what you always want to go for in a bookshelf. When you're styling shelves like this, my tip that I always give is to stack books upright and then stack them in piles as well. It just creates dimension, different heights. It suddenly looks like your books are decor as well. The first thing that I knew we had to keep when I walked in here were these amazing prints. They are so in line with this industrial, like vintage style. David works in the medical field, so these are just perfect. Now these were hung up on this wall. I'm gonna rehang them here because they looked great, but they were spaced really far apart. I'm just gonna bring them a bit closer together. I love reusing things that people already have. This is the best. There's this empty corner beside the TV, so I'm just adding in this lamp. This lamp is a little more modern, but I wanted to bring in a bit of warmth because this industrial style can sometimes feel a bit cold. Lighting just brings in so much warmth to a space. David had this printer and this filing cabinet shoved in that corner. Wow, let's go down memory lane. Just take a look at this sad, lonely printer in the corner of the room. I'm obviously gonna move it closer to his desk area, so what I'm thinking is that this can sit on top of the filing cabinet. There's a plug right behind me. Let's actually take a look at what this nook used to look like. It had a shoe cabinet here, a lamp, maybe a sofa. Can't remember. It was just like piled high with stuff. But now it's like, oh, this is where the desk belongs. Now that it's clear, I got David a new desk and I tried a few different places, but ultimately it felt super right against the staircase. This way, the filing cabinet is not like a focal point when you walk in, and the printer can sit nicely on top. I think this way David has room to put storage here or another plant. Now he has room to kind of like grow into the space, which I think is really important. He can look out of those windows, have the light shining in on him. All the cords are hidden. I also hung this wire basket, and this is where David can keep his printer paper. I kept his desk chair because it was super awesome, in great condition. And when you have a great desk chair that works for you, keep it. Now it's time for the finishing touches. I'm bringing a few cushions into the living room to add some warmth, this beautiful throw blanket with these tassels. And I'm also adding 2 industrial style bar stools. Him and his partner were eating on the coffee table, and now they can actually enjoy breakfast or entertaining in this little kitchen bar nook. Such a simple fix. The makeover is done, and we have literally created 3 different areas in this open space. A lounge space, a place to entertain and eat food, and a big open workspace where everything is all together. His printer's not on the other side of the room, it's beside his computer where it belongs. I am really, really excited to show David. I'm also extremely nervous. I actually have never met David in person. I have literally based this makeover off of the inspo photos he showed me and a quick call with him. So I'm feeling the butterflies. I am feeling extremely nervous. Before we bring David in, I want to mention that these makeovers are made entirely possible by Shopify. If you are someone like David who wants to start a side business based off of your passions, his is techno music, Shopify is a great place to start. So print on demand is a service that allows you to design and sell apparel or mugs or stationery or whatever it may be from home, from your computer. So you're not sitting at your desk like pressing logos or designs onto products. Someone else does that for you. They take care of the shipping, of the packaging, and of the actual printing of the products. If this sounds interesting to you, Shopify actually has a webinar that explains how to set up your print-on-demand business. Print-on-demand is something I'm super interested in because it is such an easy way to have like a hobby or a side project that doesn't cost you anything until you actually make sales. So you're not investing in product until you actually sell that product. So it's super low risk. I've linked the webinar down below. Make sure you check it out. Okay, so now it's time to bring David in and his partner Kennedy. I'm so excited to reveal this space to them. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, before you open your eyes, I want you to picture what this space looked like before.
It was a bit crowded, not very functional. The couches were like 8 years old.
Yep. Printer in the corner.
Printer in the corner.
Desk in the middle of the room. Okay, well, I have made it an office space and a living space, and I really hope you guys are gonna like it. On the count of 3, I want you guys to open your eyes, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's perfect.
Best reaction ever.
It's amazing.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
I'm speechless for the first time in my
There's someone like you. Wow, the desk.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Like,
Okay, so I'll walk you through what I did. Took away that Billy bookcase situation, so now you actually have space for an entryway.
Yes.
To put your bike. I know you were talking about hanging your bike up.
Mm-hmm.
You have this shelf that like totally I feel like I've never met you, but I feel like looking at this bookshelf, I'm like, I feel like I know David, you know, what you're into.
Yeah.
It's also decorative. And then we have those awesome prints that you had in your space before, which I just loved so much. Brought in a rug to cozy up the space. I really wanted to create a divide between your workspace and your living space, which is why I thought the couch worked right in the middle of the room like this. We mounted your TV on the wall.
Oh my God, yes.
finally, it only took like 2 years.
We created a little like kitchenette so you can have people over and like entertain at the bar. Are you crying?
Isn't
I'm like getting a little emotional. It's like, it looks so like,
there's so much more room. Like it's,
I didn't realize there was this much room in here.
I also wanted to leave you some room to like grow. So if you wanted to put more plants or like a console table behind the couch. Like, you have room to add things because you did such an amazing job at purging. No, you did though, and like
really did. I'm so
you did, and like not a lot of people do that. And I think now you have the opportunity to really make this space like your own and fill it with things that you love.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. What a transformation in under 12 hours. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click that subscribe button if you want to see more makeovers just like this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.